What's going on, y'all? I'm KM Best here with HelaEnjoyer, a prolific top 50 type Marvel Snap player who, as you could probably guess from the name, is a big fan of linear combo decks. And recently he cooked up a linear combo deck that I actually had a ton of success with. So I wanted to get him on the show, give him a chance to get himself out there because he actually just started streaming on Twitch. And I think, in one of these cases, it'd be a really good thing to hear from the guy who put the deck together because it is an absolute banger. So, HelaEnjoyer, welcome to the show. Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the deck.
So I'm HelaEnjoyer on Ladder on Twitch. I used to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, and so that Yu-Gi-Oh brain kind of
Nah, yeah, I can
in
see
Marvel
that.
Snap it. In Yu-Gi-Oh you don't play anything that's fair. You don't want to win by less than some absolutely obscene number. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to take that a little bit into Marvel Snap. I love playing Hela Modoc, Tribunal. Those are my favorite cards. So.
And so this list is an all-in tribunal list, but it's like all in a weirdly different way because it feels like you have like several different avenues towards immensely game-winning numbers of points. Would you like to run us through like your typical like 4, 5, 6 that you tend to look for, or what a typical end game can look like? Because when I played it, I saw, okay, there's the Onslaught Miss Marvel angle, there's the Tribunal angle, and then there's also like these weird Sarah angles. And so I wanted to ask a little bit about all three of those. So I think most people are familiar with the Onslaught Tribunal angle. Tell me a little bit about Miss Marvel and her role in this list.
Yeah, for sure. So the deck, I would say like has two game-winning combos,
Mm-hmm.
and if you can't assemble either of those, you can definitely put up a lot of points in some other way. But the game-winning combos are if you stack Iron Man and Onslaught and have Tribunal somewhere, that's usually enough points to win the game. It's 30 plus points if you lowball it, and the other one is if you play Mystique on top of an Onslaught, it's gonna multiply the effect 6 times. So Miss Marvel, Mystique, Onslaught Mystique, I guess,
Yeah.
is 30 points in the adjacent lanes, which is almost always usually enough to win as well. Plus whatever cards you ended up having on the left and right location.
So where does the Sarah come in then?
Yeah, so I mean the goal of this deck is to cheat things into play. So you're playing the Zabu and Ravona as kind of a discount Sarah, just for starters. The Zabu ends up hitting the Jubilee Miss Marvel Iron Lad. So like you're not going all in on Zabu, and you don't need to draw Zabu to win. But it helps you get those cards out earlier. Same thing with Ravona. Ravona ends up being like the late game discounter because she hits Iron Man and Mystique as well as the Jubilee if you're in a pinch. And the Sarah just ends up doing unfair things if you extend the game or cheat her out early. So a typical play line, you might play Wave into Sarah into Onslaught, and then you have a double discount going. If you can afford to, you just play Magic and then extend the game even more, and you end up doing massive discounts for multiple turns in the game. The Sarah, also, I wanted to note that the Sarah is kind of like a cube equity card.
Mm.
So if you have Sarah down, your opponent doesn't always end up knowing what you're going to do. And that's better than playing like Iron Man Tribunal and then they just know the Onslaught is coming, something like that. So
Yeah. One thing that I was really impressed with when I looked at this deck was that it was just all three types of cards. It was either the payoff for your combo, cards that helped you cheat out your combo, and cards that dug deeper for your combo. And like it's weird to say this, but I almost feel like this is the first deck I've seen in Marvel Snap that's a combo deck in its purest essential form. Like when you said you came from Yu-Gi-Oh, I was like, yeah, no, I get it. Like there is every little bit of this deck is just, it's all for the combo. That is the only thing that it does. You're playing cards that are like marginal mana cheaters in Zabu and Ravona just because they're cheating your energy here. And just any amount of cheat is better than any other card that can go in the deck. And I think that is a genuine innovation. Like I'm actually really impressed with how this is put together in that context. So how did you arrive at like that style of deck building? What brought you to All right, look, Ravona discounts literally 3 cards. I'm still running her because what else would I run? Like, what? How did you get there?
Yeah, I think one of the keys is the exact cards they are discounting are very
Mhm.
crucial. So Ravona, for example, discounts Iron Man and Mystique, which you really want to be playing on turns 6 or 7. And if you have a Ravona down, you can just play those on turn 6. You can go like Ravona into Cheetah Tribunal into Iron Man Mystique. That's usually enough to win if your opponent hasn't set up anything strong. If you play Onslaught on either of those 2 cards as well, that's like an underrated move that ends up basically giving you all these cards for free. So
Mhm.
yeah, and I've played so much Hela Tribunal that this is just the kind of list that I lean towards. I
Sure.
don't enjoy interacting with my opponent very
Right.
much. I prefer just to beat them, naturally. So
So on that note, you also don't enjoy when your opponent interacts with you. Would you care to list some cards you never want to see with this deck?
sure. I'll mention that I'm pretty much numbed to the losses. So and the I built this deck specifically. I've been playing it for a while, but I took off in the Blob Thanos meta
Yeah.
specifically because I knew that Enchantress was nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything to Blob Thanos. Post OTA, I don't know where that'll be, but I very much believe in the concept of beating the opponents you queue into, not trying to beat everyone across the board. So if you don't expect to see specific tech cards in the meta, it's totally fine to just play into them and, die if you happen to queue into the one Mobius player, for example.
Yeah. The Mobius players, the Enchantress players.
Yeah,
One
so
thing,
cards that
yeah.
cards that you die to, Enchantress. You die to Enchantress. That's the biggest one. Rogue hurts, but sometimes you can play around it by playing your Zabu or Ravona in a
Yeah.
key lane. You end up turning the game into a 50-50, which is always better than a 0-100. So
Yeah. Uh, One of the ones that I noticed that was just like, oh man, that's really bad is Leech. That is a card that's just like, well, like most of my game ending plays are coming down, so I just have to top deck out of that kind of thing. Have you had any
yeah,
problems with Leech?
Leech. So Leech is not as prominent as Enchantress for one, but it also doesn't play super well into Miss Marvel. So if you have like a
Mm.
Miss Marvel tempo going on, if you can play like Miss Marvel Mystique, or you cheat some big card with Jubilee early, like a Onslaught or a Tribunal, or a Sarah for that matter. Like usually the Leech can't keep up. They end up losing their entire turn for 3 energy, and you're putting out 15, 20, 30 energy sometimes on these crazy turns. So
Talk to me a little bit about Magic, because I think she was actually the card I was the most impressed with in the whole deck, because not only is she giving you time, she's a ramp card. She gives you 7 energy too. And in that perspective, she is a remarkable card in here for me, but I also think she opens up a potential weakness in the sense that opponents with the ability to turn her off will do so and try to catch you by surprise. So how often does that come into play?
it can come into play, but because you have so much energy cheat, you are able to put out an immensely strong presence on the board before turn 7. You just have to make sure that you're not being surprised by that.
Yeah.
So if you expect your opponent to play a Reality Stone or a Legion, then you need to make sure, okay, I got to play around those cards. I got to play Power Out now, and then maybe add something else on a turn 7. But it is, it's not crucial. You can
Yeah.
definitely win without the magic, but it makes the game way more unfair in your favor.
Yes, like that was the feeling that I had, which is like, oh man, I basically can't lose if they don't do anything about this. Like I will.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's an extra draw. It's 7 energy. It's so much of what this deck actually wants to do. And it is a little bit of a double-edged sword, but at least you know that you have to be aware of it so you can try to potentially play around whatever surprise play they might be making. What
yeah, that's a
I'm Yeah.
key. Sorry for
No,
interrupting,
go.
but that's definitely a key of playing linear combo decks is you have to make sure that you keep the counters in mind, and you got
Mhm.
to evaluate your opponent's deck on what kind of counters that you might be expecting to see. So
So, give me
it's
an example of that. So, give me an example of a situation where your opponent is playing a card and you start thinking, "Oh, I need to worry about, this counter."
Yeah. So, for example, if you expect an enchantress to come down
Mhm.
or something along those lines, then you want to like you can sometimes bait the enchantress out by playing Sarah's or Miss Marvel's in certain lanes, and then you play your Onslaught Iron Man in a different lane. Those kinds of things. If you're expecting like a Lyeth, then you want to be playing for priority all the time, which is not super hard to do, but sometimes you have to play in a way that you might not normally play. Um, Things like Rogue. If you
Yeah.
expect a Rogue, then stack your Ravona and your Zabu in the same lane as your Miss Marvel and Onslaught. Those kinds of things.
And if you expect Enchantress, like, you try to get them to bait it, but also, like, if they
Yeah,
have
or
Enchantress,
you
like,
leave.
how often are you just being like, "I can't stay here"? Like, how often are you going to Showdown knowing that Enchantress is a possibility and just being like, "Look, I don't know if you have it, but I know you could."
Um, I typically stay in those matches because I'm a psychopath, but you're definitely welcome to leave.
Okay.
I prefer seeing it.
Right.
And if you are expecting Enchantress, then do the math. If they're filling the lane, can you beat the lane with a big card there? Can you take another lane somehow? So you
It's,
always have to play. You have to play to your outs
yeah.
in all those situations. So
I mean, like, hence the name of the deck, right? Do they have it simulator? It most of the time is Enchantress. Some of the time it's some other cards, but Enchantress is
yeah.
kind of the one that you have to worry about. One thing that I was really struck by playing against this was just how much better it got now that Shang-Chi can't hit your Living Tribunal. Like, that is a big deal for this deck, and I think people are going to be asking me, like, why is this good now? That is one of the biggest reasons, I think. The Shang-Chi is no longer blowing you up, and you no longer have to like play around those scenarios, which were very common, especially when Shang was in every deck. And I remember they mentioned this in the patch notes. They were like, well, we don't expect Living Tribunal to become a problem. And frankly, having played the deck, having played against the deck, I think they whiffed on that. I think Living Tribunal is a problem. I think you did something here. Like, this is actually legitimately terrifying. I am currently playing Enchantress in my Loki deck. I shouldn't tell you that. I'm probably going to play against you. Anyway, I'm currently playing Enchantress in my Loki deck instead of Shang-Chi right now. And part of it is this. Like, part of it is like, oh man, this is really scary. Most of it is that everyone else is playing Miss Marvel too. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a remarkably powerful deck when it goes off. So what I want you to do for me right now, if you could, what's your ideal game? Walk me through just like your ideal game. What's it look like? How does that go for you? And when are you snapping in it?
Yeah, ideally you want to draw Zabu or Avona on
Mhm.
2, and then you can just play a card out. So you play a Jubilee out. If you've drawn Mystique already, you can play Jubilee out safely. If you want to get power on the board, you play Miss Marvel. You're usually only going to have one or two options, so you just pick the card you have that you find best in the situation. You play a
Mhm.
Magic, you play a Wave. On turns like 4 onward, it ends up being okay, what can I cheat out? If you have discounts going, like getting out Sarah early is usually the best. So one of the mistakes most people make, for example, is playing Wave into Onslaught. And you'd really prefer playing Wave into Sarah into Onslaught, because you always want Onslaught to be the last card you played on the
Oh, and then
board.
it gets you the double Sarah onslaught numbers.
Yeah, and you could
Ooh,
do that in the reverse order and still get the same exact play line. But then your Mystique becomes a lot less valuable because you can't play a Mystique on your
Mystique on the
Onslaught.
onslaught. Yeah.
So if you Mystique an Onslaught, it's pretty much game over in any scenario. As long as you have board space in the middle, you Mystique an Onslaught, you play an Iron Man there, you play a Miss Marvel there, and your opponent almost will not have a way to deal with that. This deck into any uninteractive deck, like a discard deck, a destroy deck, a bounce deck rarely has interaction in it. And even Loki without Enchantress, like the typical Loki that you might see,
Mm-hmm.
completely hoses all of those decks with like an 80%
Yeah.
win rate or something like that. So
Dominate them.
yeah, and the only thing you're losing to at that point is you need to make sure that the locations line up well for you and you don't
Mhm.
draw like completely awful. But
So,
otherwise, you're hosing all those interactive decks.
how often do you just go for the 6-turn combo? You know, the Wave, Onslaught, Iron Man, Tribunal. Do you ever like it's
Only,
there in those
yeah,
matchups, right?
only if I have to, because that's the most
Okay.
vulnerable combo. It loses to Rogue 100% of the time. It loses to Enchantress 100% of the time. And it's also not very high cube equity because your opponent will just
Yeah.
leave if they see that coming. But I mean, some games you just have to do it, and so you just play where you can. But
That is like I think probably the most valuable piece of advice in it because I think most people are going to see it and do that. I know I did when I first picked the deck up, and the Sarah was like a bit of a confusing piece for me. And I think that's probably going to be the normal learning curve people go through here. So I'm glad that we were able to shortcut some of that learning curve for everyone watching
yeah,
this. You can do better than me because we're going to cut to some gameplay after this interview, and you're going to see me doing that wave onslaught Iron Man Tribunal thing. You're going to see it, and it
yeah.
worked for me. It works. It's not like it's bad, but it's
I
like
mean,
just
it'll
not
win
what
the
the deck
game
is.
if it
Yeah,
goes
it'll win
well.
the game. It's just like, well, to be fair, I was playing in Conquest and I was like, okay, well, they don't have anything they can do about this. And it doesn't seem
Yeah,
bad when you're doing that. But like, yeah, no, definitely I think my usage of Sarah was subpar. And I think my usage of splitting Onslaught Mystique was subpar. I think that is a line that I wasn't particularly considering too much. And I think that this is like a really a surprisingly complex deck is what I would say.
it
It is
is.
very Yu-Gi-Oh.
It
Like
is kind of complex, yeah.
yeah.
And let me talk about a few of the most complex things that most people
Shoot.
will get wrong. Playing Jubilee and Iron Man can be really hard for people. So the one thing to note about Jubilee is that it'll get you a card deeper in the deck.
Mhm.
So Jubilee is almost the first card that people will cut to try to, some people want to play Howard the Duck or Cosmo.
Don't do that.
And yeah, don't do that. But Jubilee allows you to see all of the cards in your
Yes.
deck. If you extend the game and play Jubilee, you're guaranteed to see all the cards in your deck. But if you play it at the wrong time or in the wrong lane, then you can miss out on a lot of potential you had. So
Yeah, like
same,
one of the things that happened to me was like you'd Iron Lad, it would hit a Jubilee, then it would pull the Jubilee, and now I can't miss Marvel into that lane. And like that matters a lot.
yeah. So playing Iron Lad for the same reason, if you play Iron Lad early, then you lose out on a draw essentially.
Yes.
You end up you end up drawing the same card you just played, which can be fantastic if you hit Onslaught or Iron Man, but it's absolutely worthless if you hit Zabu, for example. So
Their Iron Lad especially gets better later, right? If it's like
yeah,
turn 7 and you know your Iron Lad is hitting something busted, that's like your best case scenario because you just got that thing that's busted for way cheaper than it actually costs, right? You have like an onslaught in your deck, you Iron Lad it and Mystique it on your Miss Marvel lane or whatever. That's insane. That's completely insane. And yes, don't
it's
cut Jubilee. Don't do that.
it
That's ridiculous. She's a card draw
yeah.
effectively. Like don't do that.
Jubilee is a card draw, and it's pretty much played for free in the later turns of the game. So it can cost one, if you've got Zabu
Yeah.
Ravona down. So, and I would also say there's like a lot of aspect of gambling in the deck.
Mhm.
I love the gambling aspect of Marvel Snap, and I'm completely willing to snap a 50-50 play, for example. But sometimes people aren't willing to play into those. But if you knew something was a true 50-50,
Yeah.
you would always be willing to snap it. So
Well, that's the thing. I think with this deck, you actually do know that more than with other decks. Like with other decks, the margins are thinner, right? But with this
yeah,
deck, the margins are just not thin at all. You know, if the Jubilee hits one card instead of the other card, you 100% win the game or whatever, right? Like you know that because the margins are not thin when you pull off what you're wanting to do, which actually I think gives you not necessarily equity in terms of snapping 50-50s, but you know they're actually 50-50s, where a lot of the time in other decks, you're guessing that they're a 50-50. In this deck, you're like, no, this if this Iron Lad hits this onslaught, I'm winning the game. I'm winning by like 400 points or whatever, right? And I
yeah,
think that's actually like an underratedly important part of why you at least feel confident in snapping into those 50-50s, because you know that's what they are. And I think a lot of other decks, that's not true.
yeah. And on the concept of snapping, I think I skipped over it earlier.
A little bit.
This deck wants to snap when it either plays something unfair early.
Hmm.
because that's really scary for the opponent to, they don't usually want to stay in a game where you did something unfair that early. If you play a Sarah on turn 3, okay, they're just getting out of the game. So you might as well snap, get them out early, even if you don't know you're going to win the game or not.
How are you
Um,
Sarahing on turn 3?
if you play like Zabu into Jubilee and pull a Sarah,
Oh,
you
okay.
can get that off.
I was like, I don't understand how we're doing it. Okay, continue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Zabu into Iron Lad would do the same thing. Those kinds of play
yeah,
lines.
yeah, yeah,
And this deck does put out those kinds of play lines.
yeah.
It could be an onslaught on turn 3, and you're like, okay, well,
Yeah, that's
good
pretty messed
game.
up. Yeah. All right. So I think that covers most of my questions about the deck, most of the questions people would have. But I will say, if they have further questions for you, they can find you on Twitch, twitch.tv/HelaEnjoyer. No spaces, one word. And please do check him out. HelaEnjoyer, do you have any other socials you want to plug? You want to let people know what you do, how you do it, why to watch you, all that stuff? This is the time.
Yeah, no, just come check me out on Twitch. I'm usually streaming weekday nights,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just getting started. Just hit affiliate, so I watch pretty much every stream, but it's still good gameplay most of the time. So come and say hi.
You should actually come and say hi. From here, we're going to jump into gameplay of me playing the deck for basically the first time. I just picked it up and was like, let's play this in a gold conquest. And spoiler alert, it went pretty well. So we're going to jump from there. HelaEnjoyer, thank you so much for your time. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you guys check him out. As always, I've been KM Best. You've been phenomenal, and I will see you in the next one. That is why I am the man I am today. I don't think it's much related, but hey, why not? Okay. I'm a little surprised they didn't clone the Sinister London. Or they didn't blow up the Oh, that's why. Yeah, that makes sense. They gonna prof me? No way, right? That's fucking terrible. Oh my god, I'm actually gonna farm them with Living Tribunal? No! Real? Real? Oh god. Am I actually gonna beat their ass here? I think the answer is yes. What are they doing exactly? Uh-huh. Okay, maybe the answer is no. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's 25. I don't think we get there. If I draw Iron Man, we could. Draw Iron Man and we could get there. Surely they don't have Eliath. Oh, I can check Blob. Haha, they don't have Eliath. Oh, shit. That might be enough, though. I think that actually does beat us. Shit! No! No! Hold on, let's learn the contents of their deck. Eliath, Nico, Psylocke, Iron Lad. Okay, we know their deck. No! The meta is still cringe as hell? I don't know about that. This song made me miss my pet eagle. Is his name Eagly? You named your pet eagle Eagly? Yes. Wouldn't you? Welcome to the show. Fuck do I know? It's gonna be fine. What does Thanos do to interact with a living tribunal? Nothing. Fucking zero things. Wait, how did that not die? Wait, so it turned from Luke's bar to Death's domain, and it somehow didn't either bounce or die. That's fascinating. How the hell? All right, I have an idea. I don't know if it's a good one. No idea if this makes sense. But I think it does. Mystique right Marvel mid? Probably was. Profex still real? Yeah, we played around the Profex. We're a genius. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think we died to a blob. I honestly could not tell you. I don't know how to do this math, and I frankly refuse to learn. Now I don't have to learn. You can't make me learn shit. Plus 8.3 in each lane? Oh, we were cooking his ass. He's getting fucking cooked. We were beating his ass. Is that real? Did you actually do that math? I'm not doing it. We're about to go Onslaught, Mystique, Miss Marvel. I don't think he beats that. I hate this fucking game. I brewed a Dino Ronin deck with Loki as an alt win condition. It seems like it's just like you're gonna lose to the Loki mirror. Because you're both playing Loki, except they get good stuff and you get bad stuff. That's sort of my worry there. My worry there is definitely you're gonna run into some issues on the Loki mirror. Okay. Holy shit. Okay. I'm scared. I'm horrified. And because of the Grand Central, we might get our shit kicked here. Uh-huh. Okay, wait. Can we still win with just Tribunal here? 13, 17, 12. We lose 12 because they play something there. And fuck it. Sure, why not? Left does get pretty weak. I'm interested in finding out. What are you doing, Binks? What's going on? How you doing? Weren't you streaming? And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. What is a unique cost? 1, 2, 6. That's a unique cost. Oh, we got him again! The fear! Now, it wouldn't be 17 each. It would be, like 11 or 12, I think. I think it'd be 11 or 12. What am I not snapping Onslaught Citadel? Don't tell SD, but I put your stream on mute and then took a 4-hour nap for drops. Yo! Second dinner, this guy's scamming you. I was trying to make Ronan work and it was okay. I agree Ronan was okay. Second dinner. This guy is scamming you. Wait, I just realized. You had 13, 17, 13 before playing 9 power for Tribunal. The 13 on the right was going to go away because they would play one card there, which would lose us all of our Miss Marvel, whatever the fucks. Reality Stone on Citadel? Yeah, I do expect that to happen. No worries. So we're getting it out of the way early. Take his boosters. Horrifying. Please be Tribunal. Sarah? Jesus Christ. All right, all of our cards don't cost anything. Ever. Ever. They simply do not cost anything. Which one do they blow up, you think? Which one do they blow up? Holy shit. Are we getting Eliath? Well, if they Eliath us, they can't blow up the Limbo. Okay, that's bad. Wait, no! No! Oh, never mind, we're fine. Okay, I worried about nothing. Iron Man Mystique when you're not on plan? Free dub. We got the free dub. Let's go, baby. Free cube. We're cooking them. And it feels like home. Oh. Don't care? That is Grado's music. Yes. I mean, what? Am I not snapping here? I don't give a fuck. Shout out to Grado. I'm doing some dumb shit. I close my eyes. So we got a bunch of good hits here. Why not left on Zabu? I don't think that matters. But I guess neither of them matter. Okay. Wait, if we go for the Sarah here, do we ever just fucking farm? Or is it better for us to search for Iron Man here? It's not just a 1-4 for Iron Man. It's Magic, Miss Marvel, and Jubilee. That's the worst one. But it still seems super winnable. Wait. Fuck. What order did I play those in? Did I play Ravonna second? Shit on me. I guess it doesn't matter. Because we have another Miss Marvel. Wrong one? Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We cooked them. It's fine, chat. We're a professional chef. An enchantress is not real. We're a professional chef, and counterplay is fucking fake, all right? Imagine having counterplay. That's not fucking real. You joking? No counterplay. It's not real. Do not enchantress me, sir. Should have been one. Yeah, it got hit by iron. Wrong counterplay. It got hit by Iceman twice. Got hit by Iceman twice. This is what happened that game. Woo! This is a hand of cards. Oh my god. You wanna watch you sing? Whoa, they snapped me. All right, I gotta admit, I'm a little perturbed by this. So I'm not snapping back, even though I think I'm probably favored. That's horrifying. Okay, I get why he's doing it now. I don't get to play any cards this game. Okay, that is bad. That is definitely really bad. He's gonna bounce those. No. It was a good no snapback. That's what it was. Now, granted, I think a wave probably breaks this game open. We're not likely to get it. That beast stays. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Can we try for it? Don't we just win now? Am I stupid or do we just always win this? We do. But I can't snap back or they'll figure it out. They have no energy. And if this goes middle, it's 10. And if it goes to the big house, it's 10 billion. Correct? Yeah, no energy for Elias. Boy, that Havoc card. It's not good. 28, a billion, same diff. How are they going to get 10 power, man? Come on. Come on. Binks, you need to stop expecting me to do math, because I'm not... to quote Nick Saban, I ain't going to do it, so quit asking. It does mean that. He is losing 2 energy a turn. It, in fact, does mean that exact thing. Oh! Yeah, honestly, I'm with it. That hurts a lot. Oh, man. That's painful. Oh. Oh, that hurts. Okay, well, at least they don't get the free guy. Without Iron Man, we are a Miss Marvel deck, correct? We could be a lot of things, I suppose. I think Scott Steiner's math skills make him almost impossible to beat in Marvel Snap. Yes. It would be very difficult to beat Mr. Steiner in Marvel Snap. This Living Tribunal kind of blows. Nico for doubling herself. That's pretty fucking good. But it means we are getting that turn 6. Okay. Do we think this is just enough points, right? So we add 10, and then we add 10 more, and then we add 14 more. So we're adding 34 points across the board. Both Miss Marvels and Onslaught. Oh, right. If we're going to do the full play, yeah. That's correct. Yeah, man, fuck it. Let's go. I don't fucking know. I literally have no idea. I got nothing. I have no idea. We die. That's Nico and we die. The Havoc actually kills us here. Oh my god. Actually dying to Havoc, chat. But yeah, 2020 ain't bad. I'm trying to figure out if there was anything we could have done to optimize that better. Because I think if we didn't play the Tribunal, we might have actually won that. Like, if we did not Tribunal there, I think there's a very good chance we win it. Boy, that sucks. Awkward one. Do you like hockey? Not really. Yeah, Fisk Tower Bifrost is like, okay, this kind of blows. Sarah, Jubilee, Wave. There's a bunch of good hits off the flat, actually. Jubilee likely the worst. Wave likely the best. Wait, is that Do You Like Hockey? Is that like a D's Nuts setup? Oh, blow up the... Okay. Sure. Wave, there it is. Cam, do you like Wendy's? Oh, man. Hook it up. So we're looking to draw Zabu here. We really need to draw Zabu here. Shit! Because we don't have anything we can play on the left. We just die here. If we had Zabu, I would feel like we're probably winning this game. I have not heard from TLSG either. Why is Mystique 3 cost? Icebox. Believe me, I'm as mad about it as you are. If it hit anything but that, we win that game. And that match. Hope he's okay? Yeah. Dude, Icebox, fuck off! Holy shit. Icebox, fuck off. My god. Oh! Dude, I'm getting fucking rolled by Iceman and Icebox. Holy shit. The worst game of Marvel Snap anyone has ever played. Without question. Is it just the 5/6 pig? Or is it the Iron Man? The Onslaught, right? Sure, fuck it. Why not? No! Wait! No, what the fuck? Are you fucking shitting me? Anything but. Jesus Christ. Dude. I'm so upset. Fuck off! Iceman is literally so broken. Who allowed this card to exist? Dude, the Iceman hit, the Icebox hit, we've been getting like 1 out of 10 so many times. It's so bad. It's not even like the Iceman itself, it's the Icebox that happened as well. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you realize that we're about to die because of that Iceman? Can you see what the future is here? This Iceman, they're gonna get the Nico that turns off the Limbo. Which we would be able to beat if Ravonna didn't get hit by that Iceman. And if Miss Marvel didn't get hit by 2 previous Icemen. Holy shit. I'm losing it, chat. I'm losing it. This is the worst game of Marvel Snap I've ever played. Iceman too strong, please nerf. Unironically. There's the Nico, isn't it? No Nico. Is this winnable? If this gets Jubilee, it also gets Iron Man. But that does turn off the Miss Marvel. So we lose 10. We have 8. Jubilee plus Iron Man, 18. I'll roll it. I mean, I'm not like I have a choice. Not like I have a choice. Okay, we just die. They have enough power, right? Four. 7. 9. I'm scared. 11. Oh, by 1! I'm terrified, but it turns out, I think they overthought that. The Nico can just go here, dude. You don't need the... We would have just died. We would have just died if they had that. We were just actually dead if they pulled that off. Oh, man. Altar of Death, you say? Oh, my. Altar of Death, you say? To shreds, you say? Actually, do we even do that? Iceman again. For fuck's sake! I need Iceman to fuck off. Holy shit. Oh, jeez. You cannot be serious! You cannot be serious! I think it's okay, though, chat. I think it's okay. Here's why. Here's why it's maybe okay. All right? Because we go wave now, next turn, Iron Man Tribunal, we're good, right? Right? Yeah, we're definitely losing that shit. I'm not concerned with that in any sense. Will it work? I am fairly certain they cannot get points onto these lanes. God fucking forbid some Nico garbage. It's specifically some Nico garbage that will beat our ass here. Nico died? Oh, shit! Shadow King doesn't work because of Wolfsbanes, right? It takes them down low, too. Is this it? You. I wonder what they're playing. What the fuck? Okay. Cook. First of all, I love this. Oh, okay. It's just normal discard. I get it. Oh! Holy shit. Fucking Cook, dude. Oh my god. They're so cool. Oh my fucking god. What is happening? What the fuck? Whoa! I need to know what the fuck else they're doing. I have so many questions. No! Bad! Okay, the good news is they're also probably saying the same thing there. All right, I'm just gonna guess that if I draw all my cards, I probably win. Just a feeling I have. That if I play all my cards, I probably win the game. Now it seems I've fallen for her. An invisible touch, yeah. Grabs right hold of your heart. An invisible touch, yeah. Control and slowly tears you apart. Wong. Am I getting gambited? Am I getting fucking gambited? Oh my god. Are they a greater chef than anyone ever knew? Wait, I have 2 Iron Men here. That's pretty good. I just cottoned onto that. All right, look. It's just not fucking real. We're just gonna wait. We're actually just gonna win. Oh my god, we're actually just gonna win. All right, Gambit is not fucking real. I refuse to believe it. It's fucking fake, chat. And if it is real, it's somehow gonna miss all this shit. Oh man. We would actually have been gambited into the fucking sun there. We would have died so bad. Holy shit. We would have gotten obliterated. Oh, Jesus. Oh, we did it again! We have all of our cards! We did it again! Oh, shit! Drawing 2 cards in this deck is broken! Whoa! Location batching fake, by the way. Yes. Whoa! See, now they played some cards out of order to get Hulks. They ain't getting shit. Look at it. Look at it. They went for the Hulks, chat. Cooked. Cooked. If I get fucking gambited, I swear to God. Woo! What number would make Punisher good? Kind of like the numbers he has now. That Dakin's pretty big. Wait a minute. Mystique the Onslaught? And then what? Oh, I get it. Never mind, yeah. That is better. That is significantly better. And then I play the card the Living Tribunal. Right. Not onslaught, 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 not onslaught. Yes! We're alive! Oh shit, we did it. We did it. Okay, is 448 enough to win? Asking for a friend. Fuck Gambit. Oh, Jesus. Get out of my life. Sleep at night. And you don't really love me. You just keep me hanging on. I mean, I honestly wouldn't hate retreating here. That's such a force multiplier for him. I don't want to give him, like, multiple Wong Gambits, and I'm good. I feel like that's, like, one of the few locations he can have that's actually better than what I can do there, if I don't have an Iron Man in my hands. Set me free, why don't you, babe? Get out my life, why don't you, babe? 'Cause you don't keep me hanging on. Set me free. Get out of my life. Sleep at night. 'Cause you don't really love me. You just keep me hanging on. You ever do karaoke? You have a nice voice. I appreciate you lying to me. That makes me feel good. Ah, very interesting. The question I'm having. Here's a question, though. Do we do Iron Man Mystique left into Onslaught? Yeah. We go Iron Man Mystique into Onslaught there. And it's just like a billion. Oh. Straight up now, tell me, is it gonna be you and me together? See, the cool thing about this deck is they low-key into just, like, what I can only imagine is the worst shit you've ever seen. Just garbage. All right. I am going to play the card Onslaught. Please don't fucking gambit me. Let's go. Oh, there it is. Okay.